Hey guys, thanks for joining me for week number 2 of 8 of my EBP project, Preventing Back Pain and Injury. This week is especially special because Lisa is offering a yoga class for all of us on Thursday, 6/11 at 1600. She'll be sending out a Zoom link for that. So thank you, Lisa, for offering that and giving us your time and energy. Moving on to our strengthen and stretch of the week. The strengthen is called bird dog with 4 variations, and the stretch is a shoulder thoracic stretch, and both are starting off on all 4s. So we will start off on all 4s, and you want a neutral spine. So all 4s meaning your hands are on the ground, your knees are on the ground, your hands are stacked above your shoulders, and your knees are stacked above your hips all at a 90-degree angle. Your spine is neutral, so it's not extended or flexed. It's just rat neutral. So moving on, for the first variation, it's a crunch. So we'll start with the left leg lifted, and then the right arm lifted. And then the crunch is really just a crunch together. So it's bringing those together, taking a breath out, and crunching them back in. Taking a breath out, and then crunching it back in. When you take it out, you really want to be able to flex your heel. You want to flex your butt, extend your arm as long as you can. Make sure your neck is in alignment. I'm sorry, I'm turning to the camera, but you always want to make sure your neck is in a neutral position as well to not strain it. The second variation is lifting. So it's lifting your left leg and then your opposite, so your right arm, and it's tapping it to the ground and then lifting it up. Tapping it to the ground and lifting up. You could use your breath with it as well, in through your nose, out through your mouth. So that's the second variation. That's my favorite variation of them all. I mean, they're all really good. The third variation is a circle. So what you'll want to do is do a circle outwards on both your arms and your legs. And you want to do at least 10 up to 20 circles at a time. And then you can always vary it with like a crunch in between or a lift in between the circle, and then go back to the circle motion. The fourth variation is actually a lateral movement. So it's moving your leg out laterally and your arm out laterally and then bringing it back to center. So those are the 4 variations. What I'll do is I'll do the other side with weights. So my favorite weights, please don't laugh, is chicken broth and a bottle of wine. I'm probably using the chicken broth a lot more frequently than the wine, unfortunately. So you're gonna get back on all 4s. And I'll do my left side now. So using your left arm, grab the weight, and then I'll just do some of them. So lifting your opposite leg up with your opposite arm, doing the crunch. And then the tap or the lift. You can also put a towel on your leg and maintain that towel on your leg. That helps too. And then the circle as I bump myself. They don't have to be perfect. And then my last one was lateral. So lateral movements as I almost fall over. Make sure you breathe in. All right, so that's that. That's bird dog. So I would suggest, 3 times a week. I like to do 2 or 3 reps total, and each repetition do it like maybe 10 to 15 times. But really, if you could only do 5, that's good. As much as you can do, as much as your body will allow. So moving on to the stretch of the week. The stretch of the week is a thoracic shoulder stretch. You'll also do this on all 4s. So get back down on all 4s with a neutral spine. And I'll start with the left side. You wanna plant your right hand down on the ground, and you lift your left arm all the way up. My left is really tight, so I can't reach all the way. But you lift your left arm all the way up. It's nice to kind of wring out your wrists a little bit while you're here. And then you thread it through your other arm, and you kind of sit on your shoulder like that. Take a couple breaths, and then bring it back up, and then thread it again through your other arm. You'll see this is stretching your shoulders, your thoracic, your back. Feels so good. And then we can do the opposite side. So bring your right arm all the way up, and then thread it through. And it's nice to even just sit here. You can take your knees out a little bit if you've got a big belly like me. And then bring your arm up again. And then thread it through. Feels so good. So that's your stretch and strengthen of the week, guys. Really appreciate your time. Like I said, 3 times a week, use weights, don't use weights. I typically sometimes not use weights depending on how I feel. But thank you again for listening, and just make sure to do it. All right, thanks guys.